Today our topic is why wisdom is the most important virtue. Wisdom is not just a word. It is a way of living, a way of thinking, and a way of understanding the world and ourselves. It is the ability to see what is true, what is right, and what is lasting. Without wisdom, life can feel like a ship lost in a storm, without direction or purpose. With wisdom, we can navigate through the challenges of life with calmness and clarity. Wisdom helps us make better decisions, build stronger relationships, and find peace in difficult times. It is the foundation of all other virtues because it guides us in how to use them well. Courage without wisdom can become recklessness. Kindness without wisdom can lead to harm. Even love without wisdom can become selfish or misguided. Wisdom is the light that shows us the way. One of the reasons wisdom is so important is that it helps us understand the difference between what we can control and what we cannot. This idea comes from Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that teaches us to focus on what is within our power and let go of what is not. For example, we cannot control the weather, but we can control how we prepare for it. We cannot control how other people act, but we can control how we respond to them. Wisdom teaches us to accept the things we cannot change and to work on the things we can. This mindset brings peace and reduces unnecessary stress. When we stop trying to control everything, we free ourselves from frustration and disappointment. Wisdom helps us see that life is not about avoiding problems, but about learning how to deal with them in the best way possible. Another reason wisdom is important is that it helps us see the bigger picture. Life is full of small moments, and it is easy to get lost in them. We might feel upset over a small mistake or worry too much about what others think. Wisdom reminds us that these small things do not define our lives. It helps us step back and see the whole journey, not just one step. For example, if you fail at something, wisdom tells you that failure is not the end. It is just a part of the process. Every great person in history has failed many times before they succeeded. Wisdom helps us learn from our mistakes and keep moving forward. It teaches us to focus on what truly matters and not to waste time on things that do not. Wisdom also helps us build better relationships. In life, we meet many people, and not all of them will understand us or treat us well. Wisdom teaches us to choose our friends carefully and to value those who truly care about us. It also helps us understand others better. When someone is rude or unkind, wisdom reminds us that their behavior says more about them than about us. Instead of reacting with anger, we can respond with patience and understanding. This does not mean we let others treat us badly, but it means we do not let their actions control our emotions. Wisdom helps us stay calm and kind, even in difficult situations. Another important lesson from wisdom is that it teaches us to be grateful. Life is full of challenges, but it is also full of blessings. Sometimes we focus so much on what is wrong that we forget to appreciate what is right. Wisdom helps us see the good in our lives, even when things are hard. It reminds us to be thankful for the people who love us, the opportunities we have, and the simple joys of life. Gratitude is a powerful tool for happiness. When we are grateful, we feel more content and less anxious. Wisdom shows us that happiness is not about having everything we want, but about appreciating what we already have. Wisdom also teaches us about the importance of patience. In today's world, everything moves quickly. We want instant results, instant success, and instant answers. But life does not work that way. Real growth takes time. Real success takes effort. Wisdom reminds us that good things come to those who wait and work hard. It tells us to be patient with ourselves and with others. When we are patient, we give ourselves the time to learn, to grow, and to improve. We also give others the space to do the same. Patience is a sign of strength, not weakness. It shows that we trust the process and believe in the future. Another key lesson from wisdom is that it helps us face fear. Fear is a natural part of life. We all feel fear at times, fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. But wisdom teaches us that fear is not our enemy. It is simply a signal that we are stepping out of our comfort zone. And that is where growth happens. Wisdom tells us to face our fears with courage and to keep moving forward, even when we are afraid. It reminds us that we are stronger than we think, and that we can handle more than we imagine. Every time we face a fear, we become a little braver and a little wiser. Wisdom also helps us deal with change. Life is always changing, and sometimes those changes can be hard. We might lose a job, end a relationship, or face a health problem. These moments can feel overwhelming, but wisdom reminds us that change is a part of life. Nothing stays the same forever. Wisdom teaches us to adapt to change and to find new opportunities in it. Instead of resisting change, we can learn to embrace it. This does not mean we will never feel sad or scared, but it means we will not let those feelings stop us from moving forward. Wisdom helps us see that every ending is also a new beginning. Finally, wisdom teaches us about the importance of balance. Life is not just about work or just about fun. It is not just about thinking or just about feeling. Wisdom shows us that a good life is a balanced life. We need time for work and time for rest. We need time for learning and time for playing. We need time for ourselves and time for others. When we find this balance, we feel more fulfilled and more at peace. Wisdom reminds us that life is not a race. It is a journey, and the goal is not to finish first, but to enjoy the ride. In conclusion, wisdom is the most important virtue because it guides us in every aspect of life. It helps us make good decisions, build strong relationships, and find peace in difficult times. It teaches us to accept what we cannot change, to see the bigger picture, and to be grateful for what we have. It shows us the value of patience, the power of facing our fears, and the importance of adapting to change. And it reminds us to live a balanced and meaningful life. Wisdom is not something we are born with. It is something we grow into. It comes from experience, from learning, and from reflection. The more we seek wisdom, the more we will find it. And the more we find it, the richer and more fulfilling our lives will become. So let us all strive to be wise, not just for ourselves but for the world around us. Because a wiser world is a better world.